Hi, hello. So, welcome back to Wuthering Waves. So it's been like a full week since I started Lucilla quest, and fortunately or unfortunately, this event ends in 24 hours. Why do I bring this up? Because, it said earlier, this quest makes it so you can't do co-op, and because obviously the racing requires co-op, we're gonna finish the quest now, so I can do the limited time racing event and get my asteroids for the upcoming Wuthering Waves characters. Yeah. Let me boost up the volume because I know I lowered it. Yeah, I kind of mentioned this like with
So, when
Persona.
are you going to start?
I know no one's really watching Persona, but you know.
Start one.
Fishing for intel? That Mr. Alto must have put you up to it, right?
I mean, you're something else. I was waiting for you to tell me you're something.
We could have just cut to the chase.
Yeah. I've been
Rover,
busy with.
Would you let the
obviously, I was
Black
doing
Shores
the Cyberpunk
compromise
Lab.
its founding mission of fighting the Lament to get tangled up in
And
superpower politics?
I did
Just for my sake?
did a whole bunch of recording for that. That's already uploaded, and I still need to do the event for that. But since Persona and this racing event,
I asked myself yesterday
within
if I really knew
like,
you.
well, let's get
Turns
going.
out, I don't. And I kept going back and forth on what role you should play here. This situation isn't noble, isn't just. It's just businessmen and politicians squabbling over a slice of the pie.
Good little recap there.
But I want this to be a collaboration between Star Torch and the Black Shores. Not because we're friends, but because it makes sense. I put you through this detour because I was afraid that if I asked you directly, you'd just say yes to helping me. So I wanted you to see it for yourself. Judge it with your own measures. That way, when you go back to your people, you can tell them if Lucilla is worth trusting, and if these synchronists are worth fighting for.
Rover, are you still with the president?
Yep.
Change of plans. The new Federation caught wind she was rallying support and moved the review up.
To when?
Tomorrow morning. Technically, that's in 3.5 hours.
Classic New Fed. They probably had a review panel parked outside Lahairoi for days, just waiting for the Black Shores to show.
How'd they win over the other member states and round up representatives so quickly?
Space Trek Collective budget bylaws. Because the new Fed is a permanent member and rotating chair, they only need half the members to abstain to control the outcome. They likely had this review rigged before it was even proposed.
Gear up, President Lucilla. We'll see how the review plays out and take it from there.
3.5 hours. That's plenty of time. Let's go.
Where to?
The second half of the tour.
Cutscene?
Are you upset?
About how you dragged me into your plan? Or the things you're still not telling me?
I love the sauce on that.
My. Oh, sorry. Call it a teacher trying to keep on her mask? You're still my student on paper after all.
It sounds like you're saying I can just sit back and enjoy the show.
Bet that's not something you get to do every day, is it?
I didn't expect there to be a place like this beneath Rebel College.
Before Sundermere Base was built, this was a research facility for augmented resonance effects and void storm countermeasures. It's been decommissioned for years. The executive committee told me I could do whatever I wanted with the space. So I used my forte to do some light remodeling. Memories of my students that should exist only in my mind. Here, they become real. A tangible piece to display. We still have some time. If you're interested, feel free to look around.
You're using your forte to do all this? How long did it take you to create this?
However long it took, it was worth it. So the ones who stay don't just stay, and the ones who leave don't just leave.
Making sure I don't skip dialogue. Tard A unit. Procrastinate all you want. Absolutely no action taken, even past the deadline. All tardiness allowed and all consequences allowed. That's the Tard A unit. For you, the little known prototype model of the Tard E unit. Aww. Oh, you can actually inspect. Oh, no, you can't. Okay. I was like, you can read that? Soul Skin. With the help of the shepherds, our team finally completed a full scan of those Soul Skin. Oh, Soul Skin, you're so adorable. Sorry, I want to catch you with a net gun before. Gossip TV, the strongest monitor in history, crafted by the troublemakers of the Department of Exostrator Engineering. When faced with unauthorized snooping and unleashes full firepower, may all traitors explode, retired after seriously injuring allies. Oh. I see.
The exhibits we're looking for are here.
Behind the wall?
Don't forget, this is my memory palace. Naturally, memory locks require memory keys to unlock. Allow me to demonstrate. This fancy trick only works in this little domain of mine.
Photo of the exhibition hall central area. Backdoor Lucilla crafted for herself using her power. Very few know how to use it correctly. And now we're playing Lucille. She can use her Forte Memory Palace to project her memories on the corresponding projectors, drag the photos to the target area to project the memory into reality. That's crazy.
What is it?
This is the very reason I built this exhibition hall in the first place. Professor, do you trust me?
Lucilla? You spaced out there. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just had a dream that only lasted a few seconds. Rather fascinating.
Maybe it's a good idea to rest before the review starts.
Don't worry. I promise you I'll crash the second this is over. But right now, we must bring these exhibits with us.
Will a few exhibits be enough to sway them? She usually knows exactly how to sell anything. So why does she look so hesitant now?
Thank you for your trust. I know you have 1,000 questions burning in your mind. How will she handle the new Fed? What's her plan for the Synchronist with the Exostrider gone? Forgive me for not having the answers just yet.
I know you'd never harm the students. That's the only answer I need.
Terrible timing for a compliment, Rover.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's take these 2 exhibits and... See you soon, Professor.
Some kind of force pulled us down here. Do you know where we are?
If my memory serves, we're directly beneath the exhibition hall. This way. Let's pick up the pace.
A Synchronist's cockpit? Was this the prototype?
It looks the part, but this was actually our plan B. Designed without safety limiters to get sync rates up quick. Let's a Synchronist pilot the Exostrider by force. I know. It was meant as a last resort if civilization was staring down extinction. The project was terminated after the initial trials. The Synchronists who volunteered. In the end, they lost their ability to resonate with the Exostrider ever again. What our students are facing now isn't new. I just hope I can do better by them this time.
Any idea how we find our way out of here?
Photos. Lucilla preserves her memories in the form of photos. Locate using corresponding projectors to project them.
With our eyes open, the key should be somewhere here.
Photo of the old research institute. Photograph taken while the old institute was still operational for its owner. It serves as a memento, the unpleasant kind. Well, I guess this is a cute gameplay element. And they do end up making these all feel so unique. Like the stories and the gameplay.
Excellent. You're catching on quickly.
Why does it look like somewhere where we're gonna get attacked?
What's happening?
Something rather unpleasant, I imagine.
Lucilla.
Fine, no more jokes. Honestly, anyone watching would think you're the one facing the board. There, I know the way out. Remember what I told you before entering the dark side? About the memories I erase periodically that can never be recovered? Some things I can't bear to remember, but I also can't bear to forget. So I store them here. Looks like some of them are tired of being locked up. Rover, look up. The exit is right above. We can use this key to leave, but I need your help to get there.
Exit key. A key marked with the exit of Lucilla's memory palace. To escape the shackles of memory, one must first put them on.
Everything here is from my memory, but I know you are real. And wherever you are, that must be reality.
I understand. I'll be your reference point. But what about that girl? Are we just leaving her?
Rover, do you have any experience dealing with children?
Oh.
Tell me, what makes a child the most flustered when they're playing hide and seek?
I see.
Now, come along. Let's treat this little escape as a warm-up for the review. Welcome to the Anti-Void Matter Materials Lab. It's where they first developed the materials for the Academy's anti-void canopy.
What's all of that in the center of the room?
The scrap of the day. Even the best recycling can only keep up with so much. Let's look around to see if there are any leads.
Corrosion test report residue number 8025. Coding failed after 159 hours, 45 minutes exposure. Number 8026, coding failed after 133 hours, 50 minutes exposure. Number 8027, failed after 44 seconds of exposure. Professor, is the student here to mess around? I do like the camera sound effect. Oh, that damage. Oh, we're actually gathering random materials.
Look at the camera. Not bad. Hold still.
Does she do a selfie when she stills? Anti-void material lab keepsake photo. Photo taken before starting an individual left the lab. For some reason, they didn't take it with them, choosing instead to carry away something far more precious.
I have the photo. Now where is the right spot to project it? The show begins.
Gosh, she looks so good. Academy outfit. Some photos have been smeared due to contamination. Drag the two calibration bars to the correct position to restore the photos. Am I supposed to know? Is that not it? Yeah, something I really wish we would did better with the puzzles is just like
Leave it to me.
Obviously, forward twist is the answer.
Come on, get him a shot.
Oh, that's cool. Expect the research items. It's just the one. Students, we are students of this vegetation. We are students of La High Road. We are students of nature. Corrosion test residue. Yes.
Let's pick up the pace.
She just dodges all that. Does she just kill, like, weak enemies?
Is this artificial retroact rain?
Dear me, this is but a pale imitation. Among the synchronists who survived the experiments, there was one from Jinzhou. Once he realized he'd never resonate with the Exostrider, he returned home and joined the Ministry of Development's Defense Division. There, he and his colleagues worked together to develop Jinzhou's retroact rain defenses.
You're saying the shields against retroact rain and void storms share the same origin?
Not exactly. His approach didn't work on void storms at all, and it was discarded long ago. Before he left the academy, the only things he asked to take with him were a few sheets of material buried under that pile of junk. I often wonder, was he just reluctant to let go of his design? Or had he already mapped out how to protect his hometown?
The girl who trapped us here? She must be trying to show us something through this memory.
Seems I've been getting schooled by my own students a lot lately. Let's go. It's time to move on to the next classroom.
Do you want to stop and take a rest?
Not even close.
Also, it's interesting that Lucilla's portrait on the right doesn't have her hat. Where are we now?
What's wrong?
Stay where I can see you, Rover. We've wandered into an unpleasant memory. It's far too easy to get lost in here.
It doesn't look like there's a way to cross the barrier ahead.
I have an idea. Rover, just go with me on this, all right? Rover, can you step a little to the side?
Hmm?
Take a step forward.
Like this?
Perhaps a step forward.
Take another step forward.
Maybe a step back.
You look so unamused.
All right, this is the last one. Let's see that beautiful smile. Has anyone ever told you that you're not the most photogenic?
They have now.
Ouch.
No more teasing. This shot will have to suffice.
What? There should be a console around. Follow my instructions to disable the security system. First, initiate emergency mode. Type in LL0OI1L, then select lift instructions, you're good to go. I'm so curious. Oh, they even expect you to remember what it is. I am so sorry.
Down with the curtain!
I'll have to pay for any property damage out of my own pocket, you know. So please try to be gentle with the facilities.
Nah. That was very silly.
Let's pick up the pace.
Clear as day, madam. Your daughter isn't sick. She has a patient for 40.
My Lucy will never become a resonator.
Look at the camera.
I don't want to be a resonator. Please, no. Lucy.
Come on, get in the shot. Leave it to me.
Lucilla? Not good. Without a reference point, she's getting pulled into the deep end of her memories. I need to find her before too much time passes.
Test results show the subject's tacit mark located on the outer side of the right calf. According to the patient's family, the subject awakened her forte at a birthday party after receiving a camera as a gift. Left behind experiment model, test item rebels curve fluctuation stability test. Subject's rebel curve shows elliptical fluctuations with a stable time domain, demonstrates slight abnormal fluctuations. Conclusion, subject shows no risk and has no history of overclocking, but exhibits long and short-term memory impairments common in memory type resonators. Observation in the hospital is recommended. Are you hanging in there alright? I can ask you the same. Let's regroup ASAP. Agreed, the space here seems to be constantly shifting. We'll need to rendezvous in a memory vivid enough for me. Keep this photo I'm sending over. Find a suitable place, you know what to do, and keep your wits about you, Rover. Don't get yourself lost in a memory. Seems a little silly to have all these items that I can't even look at. I know we're turning those to later. I'm guessing this will be used at the very end.
Are you still there, Lucilla?
Yes.
Then why aren't you answering?
What do you want me to say?
Well, you could say okay, or I understand. This is the perfect moment. While our opponents are spread too thin, we take the reins. Just like the time you became president. worry about the narrative. We'll play the villain. You just act tough, rope the independent auditor in, and we'll force another round of review. You fight hard. We express our concerns, and then we both take a step back. As long as we ensure our control over the future of the synchronous program, nothing else matters.
And what do you want from my students?
Simple. We both get what we want. They have talent, and we help them achieve their dreams. And it'll be their choice.
Their choice. Whose dreams are we really achieving?
It will be their choice, Lucilla. My Lucy, I won't speak of your past choices. But tell me, has there been a single choice that wasn't your own?
I still refuse.
There. Just like that. Act tough, fight hard, and then we both take a step back at the review.
You can tell that's not really Lucilla because she's not wearing the hat.
From the Academy to the Pioneer Association, then to the Space Trek Collective, and now here. No wonder I was never cut out to be president. Watch out. That's me from the dark side. I use this memory to trap her. When are you going to tell her, Professor Lucilla? President Lucilla? That you've already made it in with the new Federation?
What a smirk.
Let's go. You think you can outrun yourself, Lucilla?
I need to know the truth versus I trust Lucilla, that's a no.
Before the meeting starts, I need you to take the time to fill me in on what's really happening.
Thank you. I promise I'd never let the new Federation lay a single finger on my students. But that's just her wishful thinking. A moth to the flame, daring the sky with wings of wax. Your students will die because of you. Let's leave this place, Rover.
Nope.
You could have erased this memory. Why keep something so dangerous locked away?
To keep the sting fresh. A sharp reminder of the cost of slipping up if I ever get too comfortable in the Academy's peace. Let it go, Lucilla. face what you know is reality.
This very much is giving Persona 5 Royal. If you know, you know.
Let's pick up the pace. Once again, I found the courage to step into this room. Time flows here, silent and peaceful. The Academy is alive and thriving. We've come so much further than I ever dreamed. I wish you were here to see it.
Space Trek Collective personnel transfer reply. President Lucilla, after board deliberation, your request to resign from Star Torch has been denied. We understand you're going for a difficult time, but students need you. We need you. Damaged photo of student dorm. Photo of an ordinary student dorm. Paper appears been gripped tightly, leaving the surface creased and mottled. So cool. Accident report. Considering the impact of this accident, the board has decided to raise the confidentiality level of this project. The investigation results will not be made public. Additionally, all ongoing and previously reported projects must undergo a second review by the Space Trek Collective expert panel.
The accident report is indisputable. Cable insulation failure leading to flight control abnormality. But the truth is simpler. I approved the plan. I killed her.
Unknown photo, yelled photo of student dorm, photo of an ordinary student dorm, image was captured slightly out of focus. Oh, okay, it does vibrate when you get close to the... when you are at where you're supposed to be. That's good. I feel like in the dimmer planes, the light thing that you gotta rotate, kind of like the Amphorius HSR puzzles where you need to rotate to get to the warp points. So what if I never become a synchronous? If I'm on my own way to the sky? See you soon, Professor.
I wrestled with it for so long. What's a teacher supposed to do when a student dreams something so brilliantly insane? But she chose the sky. And I thought, at least let her have one chance to fall.
Okay, piano. Cutscene? Or just another transition thing? Cutscene. Gosh, I love it when the camera does a full close-up on characters. Shows how expressive they are.
Is that Sundamir? Are we back before the Star Wars Riseway was even built?
Most of the students who lost their synchronous status in those force sync trials decided to return home. All but one. She told me it wasn't that she'd lost the Exostrider. The Exostrider had lost her. She said she designed a revolutionary transport method. A rocket piercing the sky. A way to bridge that sky and the Earth. This was the day she tested it. Her first crewed flight.
Then that wasn't a falling star. It was
a spacecraft. Carrying the most brilliant student I've ever known.
to Sundermere Lookout. Professor, can you hear me?
Yes.
The weather couldn't be more perfect today. Oh, and I just saw a super huge Solaskin. I'll snap a picture for you as soon as I can.
I'm guessing Amelia is Lucilla's first name.
Professor? You don't sound like your usual self. Are those investors giving you a hard time again?
No, it's not that. I haven't slept much lately. I'm a little tired. That's all.
Professor, do you trust us?
I...
Hey, remember that old Huanglong saying? Know the way at dawn and, something something at dusk? Ugh, it went right out of my head.
I can't remember it either.
That's okay. I'll look it up and tell you the second the experiment is over. Talk to you soon.
Rover's just so unfazed.
Please, Rover. From the way it fell, void matter must have pierced the shielding mid-flight. But if we'd reinforced the coating... What kind of civilization do you think built the Exostrider? If they were that advanced, do you think they'd already defeated the Threnodians? Overcome the Lament? But before they reached the stars, they must have fallen too. Again and again. Go. Be our eyes. Walk with humanity. Please, give this to our teacher. Humanity's smallest step. And everything we had to give.
So cute that Lucilla had all those accessories in her hair. Lucilla, you still there? Oh no.
This isn't good.
Lucilla!
Is this our semi-obligatory platforming segment of a Wuthering Waves quest?
Lucilla, wait! Your emotions are affecting this domain. It's dangerous.
Staying here is the real danger. Oh, we have to leave.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, this time it stayed the same. Whoa. Oh, that's so cool.
Almost there. As long as we keep moving upward, we'll find the way out.
So this is why you wouldn't tell me what your plan was. This way out you've been building for the Synchronists. It's just a dead end, isn't it?
I don't want the new Federation to lay their dirty hands on my students. But the more I think about it rationally, the more I realize I can't reject their offer. Because on what grounds can I propose a plan that might kill them?
I think I know why that girl trapped you here.
What?
You're terrified that your proposal will be their end. You're afraid because you know they'll support any plan you bring to the table. Because you're their teacher. Because no one in this world understands them the way you do.
Another lesson from my own student. Huh. See you later, Rover.
I hope humanity can soar even higher.
I hope humanity can venture even farther.
I hope humanity can weather any storm.
Professor, what's your dream? My dream? My dream is simply to see all of yours come true. See you later, Professor. Let's go. Together this time.
I don't know why this is a day show, but I guess that's the least of our concerns.
Raise. Take shape. I protect. Memories take shape.
Like, real talk, Lucilla might have the most elegant,
I witness all that I have. Smile.
it's very cool that she goes from long range to short range.
Professor, can you hear me?
I hear you. Loud and clear.
The weather couldn't be more perfect today. Oh, and I just saw a super huge solaskin.
Yes, I see it too. You're right. It's absolutely huge.
Great. I thought you weren't gonna believe me. Right. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Touch this solar skin before you. A believing heart is magic.
Was that girl another one of your students?
She is every memory I have of this academy. She is every one of my students.
We've come all this way, and I still don't know what your plan actually is.
That's okay. Everyone's about to find out.
Tired?
That was an excited yawn, Rover.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Rover, where are you and Lucilla? The other panelists have all taken their seats. The students, too. Can we really trust this plan of hers? Anyway, I'm leaving the speech to you.
If I...
Then we'll face it together. See you later, Professor.
Step onto the podium. This really is the most like school centered story I've ever seen in a gacha game. That leg shot was crucial to the plot. Ooh, I like how everything got blurred out and then the colors.
President Lucilla, I am Cameron, Permanent Secretary of the Space Trek Collective Board. By appointment of the board, and on behalf of the Investors Conference, I hereby convene this second special inquiry concerning the synchronous program of Star Torch Academy. Pursuant to Article 12 of the Space Trek Collective Charter, President Lucilla, you may now raise any procedural objections regarding the attendees, the agenda, or the draft of this session.
I would like to know the national composition of this review panel, Ms. Cameron.
This panel consists of 10 members, all from the new Federation. 5 serve as special representatives, and of the remaining 4 permanent board members, 2 have abstained and delegated their voting rights to the Federation. Additionally, we have Mr. Alto, attending as independent auditor on behalf of the Black Shores.
Then, Ms. Cameron, I believe the current composition of this panel fails to comply with charter regulations governing review committees.
According to the regulations, any participant authorized by a board member shall be deemed to hold the same nationality as that member. The panel's composition is perfectly valid.
Pardon the interruption. If that's the case, then Rover, currently a student at Rebel College, can also be considered a panelist appointed by the Black Shores. Here's the paperwork.
Welcome, Rover.
Yeah.
I have no further questions, Ms. Cameron.
Then, per the agenda, I will now relay the investors' resolution following our previous inquiry. Given that the loss of the Exostrider constitutes a de facto failure of the program, our immediate priority is to establish a compensation plan for the affected assets and students. Furthermore, the board directs that the synchronous program must be terminated immediately, or at minimum suspended.
My stance remains unchanged, Ms. Cameron. I intend to continue the program.
We require a justification.
Panelists, this is a theoretical prototype for a shield designed to counter retroact rain, created by one of our synchronists. This prototype significantly accelerated the development of Jinzhou's own defenses. It saved countless lives during the war against the Threnodian Overthrax. And yet, the material used in this prototype was originally nothing more than discarded scrap from one of the engineering department's experiments. It was only because its designer was a synchronist, educated in engineering, void matter, and even meteorology, that this material found a second life.
You seem to be arguing for the superiority of general education for the synchronists, President Lucilla. However, general education isn't even included in the program's white paper. I fail to see a link between that and advancing the synchronous program. The shield is an impressive surprise, but given the cost of gambling on such a slim probability, the cost effectiveness is simply too low.
Ms. Cameron, panelists, how exactly are we meant to measure the cost effectiveness of failure? As you can see, this shattered component comes from a failed experiment. One that was not even recorded in the Collective's official gazette. A synchronist gave her life as the price for validating her theory. 15 months later, this very component became the final piece for the construction of the Star Ward Riseway, the bridge between Lahaiwoi's Earth and the sky. Humanity does not always set out for the sake of victory, Ms. Cameron. Our synchronists know from the day they enroll. No one knows when the Exostrider will awaken, and the odds that they'll be the one to pilot it are slim. Yet they come anyway. They march toward likely failure from the very start. So I ask you, can you truly say that such failure has no value? And how can we call that a failure of the Synchronists, when the Exostrider was the one who banished LF1 from our world?
Secretary Cameron, the Black Shores representative requests the floor.
Proceed.
On the subject of unforeseen benefits from the program, we find ourselves in agreement with President Lucilla. This is a set of disclosable data we've just compiled. Significant proportion of current Black Shore members came from Star Torch Academy. These Bloom Bearers demonstrate exceptional capability, talent, and resolve, traits most prominent among the Synchronists. Furthermore, the Synchronists serve as role models for other students. I believe Rover is better suited to speak on that.
Synchronists are a rallying banner. Synchronists are a living symbol.
The Synchronist program is a search for a way out for our civilization. When we believed the Exostrider was the only route, then those fit to pilot it were the Synchronists. Now that the Exostrider is no longer a viable option, the ones fit to search for a new way out are still our Synchronists.
Yes, which is why I must disagree with evaluating the Synchronist program purely in terms of cost effectiveness. I urge investors to reconsider the criteria used to measure its value.
We require a discussion. This session is adjourned for 5 minutes.
This game is so pretty, man.
Let them see your potential. Let them see your value. But that is not enough.
President Lucilla, following the review panel's deliberation, we fully recognize the potential value of the Synchronists as an independent academic division, as well as their role model effect. However, as Rover stated, only those fit to shoulder the burden of finding a new way out deserve the title Synchronist. Therefore, we propose a compromise. Rebel College will be preserved, but all future training must be subject to the guidance and review of this panel. Let's both take a step back, shall we? President Lucilla.
This is it. The final fight, Lucilla. Take a deep breath. Keep your composure. And remember. Everything you regret. Everything that brings you joy. Everything you have lost. Everything you have witnessed. The answer you chase. The treasure you give everything to protect. No, that won't be necessary, Secretary Cameron. The Synchronists of today, they remain the closest thing this world has to a way out for our civilization. After our confrontation with Aleph 1, we recovered this audio recording from the interstellar probe Farwatcher.
It's nothing more than static.
Even so, it is the only legacy the pioneers of Solaris have left us. We are not alone, Secretary Cameron. Just as our ancestors took shelter in caves, just as Star Torch Academy was built in Lahairoi, just as humanity itself endures on Solaris, a brave soul took the first step to claim that future.
I fail to see what this has to do with the Synchronists.
Using Rebel College research, we can build vehicles driven entirely by augmented resonance. That means complete immunity to frequency interference. And the training our Synchronists undergo makes them the perfect pilots for these vessels.
But the Strider Gate has been sealed. Not to mention, whatever lies beyond can hardly be called a route.
Who said civilization's route to the future has to go down?
The stars.
President Lucilla, I'm sure you know, any instrument that nears the etheric sea.
Ooh, look at that transition.
I am well aware of that. However, by relying on augmented resonance effects, the Academy can overcome that barrier.
And if it fails, the cockpit becomes a coffin. Is that a chance you're willing to take?
Aww. There are no guarantees in life. The least you can do is believe.
This is our decision. If the answer lies beyond death, then that's where we go. Just wait and see. My brightest students will pierce the sky for all to see.
The car will be here soon. I could take it from here.
Thanks for everything, Alto. Really.
You! It was a long day. The kind you don't forget, though. Rover, can you pass a message to the president for me? After a speech like that, the outcome doesn't matter half as much. Anyway, chillax. Everything's gonna be all right. Well, catch you at the Black Shores, my friend.
Yeah. Till next time.
The lenses convert the reactor drive's light into storable energy. During inspections, always check the lenses closest to you.
But stay away from my sink jacket. Professor, I admit there are a few errors in his code.
She is not here. She is likely still at the review hall.
Thank you. I'll look for her there.
I'm sorry.
What for?
If I had been more helpful, perhaps the outcome would have been more satisfying.
This was her battle. You and I have already done our best for her.
Go check on her.
Pretty. What environments do not miss? That makes sense. Executive committee still considers the synchronous program to be extraordinarily costly, high risk, and fraught with inestimable difficulties. Investing our technical talent into this program could incur calculable losses for the spatial collective program. Yet we must also submit that the synchronous program has shown us another possibility, a way out, the very thing we have been chasing. They really should have broken it up a little bit better. Therefore, the executive committee of the Space Trek Collective has determined that we will, once again, challenge the sky. We choose the sky. Complete. Oh, we can't even interact. So pretty. Yeah, it makes sense, especially after all that talking and being on the panel.
Oh, my feet hurt.
Thank you, Dania. Very cool. excited with the first half with Imeth and Alto and everyone being silly, but obviously we had to focus on the second half with Lucilla and her backstory and what it means to her. But still a good quest. I don't know. My bar has definitely been raised, and my bias towards both Luke and Denya's Seque stories is very much present. Is this an after story? Yeah. Still just past an hour, so yeah, we'll actually do one of these after stories finally.
My feet hurt. I'm a transform.
Night mode off.
The president doesn't look too happy today. Maybe we should come back another time, Professor?
The illustrious Rover. Jinzhou, Raguna, Septimont, and now Lahai Roy. Why, of all times, do you choose to remain behind the curtain?
I trust Lucilla. It's her quest, not mine.
She understands what her students need better than I ever could.
She's let that childish idealism cloud her judgment. Since Solaris was first trapped beneath the etheric sea, we've seen hundreds of attempts, hundreds of failures. But the reality is we can't even bring their bodies home. She chooses to indulge her students' whims? Fine. Then she's bound to them. One more casualty, and the investors will lose their patience with the program and hold her accountable. Ultimately, sacrificing our finest young minds to suicidal experiments. That's not just a failure. It's a disgrace to our species itself. Useless. All of it. No. Forget I said that. Just an old woman's rambling. Don't read too much into it. Give Lucilla a message. Kristen autographed a premier memento for her. If she wants it, she'll need to return to the new Fed and claim it herself.
And you're Lucilla's...
failed teacher. Nothing more.
Was that the end of the quest? I guess that was the end of the quest. Not footage. Alright, now we can finally look at all those photos.
The president doesn't look too happy today. Maybe we should come back another time?
Cute. I guess. Oh, no, here we go. Nope, that was the anniversary. good quest. Just didn't meet my high standards with
don't worry.
Daniel's quest personally.
Just lead with.
Yeah, so
Dear Madam
now I'm
Lucilla.
gonna.
Watch
Next up
that
will
frown
be
vanish.
likely ZZ events. Since I didn't expect to be recording this, so I can do the racing. And then Genshin next week with both the big world quest and then Fontaine event. I don't know if it starts today. I think it does actually, unless it starts like Friday. My schedule has definitely opened up a little bit more due to work or lack thereof. So hopefully we'll get those out in a timely manner as well. Oh yeah, and no, I think that's it. Alright, and then
The president
I'm
doesn't
assuming
look too
big
happy
new content
today.
with Persona.
Maybe we should come back
Miku
another
and
time, Professor?
Don't know if we're doing a
Oh,
bunch of
don't
other
worry.
big events with that.
Just lead with.
Yeah, we'll find out
Dear
later.
Madam
Alright, thanks so much for
Lucilla.
watching. Bye bye.
Watch that frown vanish.